Welcome everyone. My name is Melissa Wright, the Education Program Manager with VetsinTech, and I have with me today.
Hi, my name is Kevin Peterson. I am the Program Manager for Student Veterans and Online Education.
We're going to go over some job seeking and networking advice to help those of you who are in our courses prepare for the networking event that typically culminates the course. And here we go. First, most of our courses ask that you submit your resume, and to that end, we're going to go over some resume do's and don'ts. So for do's, stick to one page and make sure that you summarize or give an expectations bullet on top, sort of think bottom line up front. And the three technical or skills that we ask that you focus on is soft skills, technical skills, and hard skills. We'll go over that in a bit, but we want you to focus on these three areas, specifically on the impact that you made from your individual contributions.
There's some resume don'ts that we have listed here that we've kind of brought down to summaries. One of them is have multiple pages that are not supporting your position that you are seeking. So even though CSVs are fine for larger roles, having multiple pages not supporting like a business analyst or an IT tech role is not, it may not help you. Another one is have a lot of empty space or fill empty space with photos. So basically don't put in extra pictures, and if you see some white space that can be filled on a resume, try to put it in with like an expectation sentence, or maybe you can list out some volunteer work that you do. Last thing on the resume don't list is listing out tasks and titles with duty descriptions. So don't just copy and paste something that you saw from the HR role in your last company, and also don't copy and paste like a billet role from the military. Try to actually explicitly list out your things that you accomplished.
Okay. If you can share with us, Kevin, about reframing.
Sure. So reframing your experience is important. I was speaking with a civilian, not a veteran, but a civilian on what they're working on and helping them with their resume. They mentioned that they were a customer service rep at Verizon. I told them that for the analyst positions they're looking for, they can switch from saying they're customer representative to customer service analyst. That is a more relevant modern term, and it's also buzzwordy enough to catch the ears of managers and HR recruiters. Another example is explicitly using something from a military resume that someone might have, like aviation technician at USMC. A lot of times we use jargon and acronyms, so much so obviously I did 5-year stint, and some of us did 10 years and 20 years. So using jargon and acronyms may be something that misses on different recruiters in the industry. So reframing that to say program manager at United States Marine Corps, now I know that I know a business-like role that you worked on that's very useful for all across all industries. And then I also see that you worked for the United States Marine Corps. Now I know what USMC means.
Excellent. And once you have your titles reframed, you'll want to reframe the bullets to support that title, and you want to make sure that those bullets are in line with the job description or the job posting that you are applying for. In this example, an individual wrote that they reviewed and submitted 200 misreps. Well, that's very, just as Kevin said earlier, very military, very jargony, and you want to make sure that you can communicate that to a wider audience. And what that was reframed as is streamlined official communications resulting in 200 new operational summaries for executives. These showcase your soft skills, that you have effective communication skills, that you understand executive level communication, and that you are capable of writing 200 summaries. So for the second bullet, the individual wrote drive projects and programs on risk and security for a department as a supporting bullet. But that could be better reframed as improving efficiencies, successfully reduce security risks, achieving 20% fewer security incidents compared to the year prior. You want to showcase measurable impact of your efforts. On the left, those examples read just like duty descriptions that you would have read in the position outline. On the right, you'll see that we advise that you reframe it to show how your individual contributions made a significant impact in your previous role. Moving on to some must-haves. As I mentioned earlier, we encourage you to highlight 3 areas: soft skills, technical skills, and hard skills. I'll cover the soft skills. Soft skills are leading teams, in this example, of 50 people. This individual demonstrates an ability to lead a large group of people. And some of the areas that the individual crossed out on there and they listed it as a technical skill actually belonged in the soft skills. So things like problem solving that are listed on the right, that is a soft skill. Their ability to manage people and to problem solve are things you want to make sure that you showcase and give examples.
And as far as hard skills go, and technical skills, hard skills are going to be exactly the roles that you played. Think of it like billets. So not so much like a sergeant, but more of like an instructor. So information assurance or risk management would be something like more so referring to risk manager role, or something working in QA for information assurance. And then technical skills, they're listed here that we've kind of singled out. We've crossed out some that are not necessarily what would be technical skill related for a company, especially in the tech industry. Program management, risk management, those are more so soft skills. Cybersecurity might be taken as, okay, but that is a technical skill, but it's not necessarily something that a recruiter might find fulfilling. A recruiter is going to be looking for, what kind of systems did you work with? What kind of certifications do you have? And then more importantly to you, these certifications are relevant because they show like what's knowledgeable for you in the industry, and what the company doesn't have to pay for, but more so they also get to see exactly that you're interested in taking these certifications, and you're interested in growing. So it's very valuable to the company to list those out. And I would do it in commas rather than bullets.
Excellent. All right, here's an example of a resume header. Given.
So this resume header was drafted up, as you can see, it's very explicit. It includes my LinkedIn profile. It includes where I'm living currently. It doesn't have an explicit address exactly where I'm at. I have a zip code, but you don't necessarily have to have your exact address anymore. You're not really mailing these. But your email is there. My phone number is there because this is essentially my business card. And then, of course, you see my expectation. It's 1 sentence. So like versus where your LinkedIn might have 3, 4, or 5 sentences, or you might see an expectation sentence or summary that might resemble a elevator pitch. I've narrowed down all of my experience into 1 sentence and what I want to do. The main thing I want to focus on in this is the fact that I want to work for a company where I would travel a lot, which is why you see global experience. I emphasize the fact that I have a lot of leadership abilities that I'll bring to a company, which is why I explicitly say that. And then, of course, I'm looking for a role in data and business systems analysis, which is explicitly stated. But you don't have to put something like that, especially if you're kind of looking to get a foot in the door. You could say something like in the field of IT.
That's right. And you also want to make sure that you have a LinkedIn profile. We advise all of our students to register for our training events with their LinkedIn profile, because this is the way that we can connect you and that you can showcase your skills. And it's also a good way to start drafting your resume if you haven't done so. You'll see that you have, on this example, there's an updated photo, good summary title of my current profession, and then the about, as Kevin stated, is an elevator pitch, if you will, a short summary of my skills. So Remember that you want your profile to be updated. You focus on the impact in the supporting bullets, that it's also use it to your advantage to network. Use it to connect with people. If you meet someone at a networking event, make sure that you know how to connect quickly, and that way it's your virtual business card and your virtual resume. So we highly encourage you to use your LinkedIn, network with it, and contact folks via LinkedIn. You can always rely on our veteran community to help each other out, especially if it's for mentorship or if you want to seek employment at a specific firm. We advise that you contact someone at that firm, especially if you have service-related experience, that you can connect with them and use that as a means of reaching out and asking for help and advice and tips on how to get a job at their company.
That's right. So as far as this next slide, we have listed exactly like a useful way to create and say your elevator pitch. However, we decided that it would be great to kind of make this a little more interesting and kind of just give you an example of what a very quick elevator pitch might look like, and then how that might be useful for you. So I'm going to actually be acting as an Adobe recruiter, and Melissa's going to be acting as a veteran who is looking for tech positions in the industry. And it's just going to be essentially at a regular kind of networking event, maybe like a VetsinTech employer meetup that we have every quarter.
Hi, Ciaban, I saw you present and mentioned that you are a recruiter, and I want you to know my name is Melissa, right? I'm a program manager at VetsinTech. I have a lot of experience in program management, and I'm here to connect with potential employers looking for any roles, if you know of any roles and openings in program management.
Oh, hi, Melissa. It's really great to meet with you. I really appreciate you talking and asking about the panel. Yes, actually, there are a few roles that I have friends that are aware of at the company right now in digital marketing. Would that be something that might be interested in you? Because honestly, I think they've been looking for this role for about 4 weeks.
Oh, excellent. Great. Yes. Yeah, if I can connect with you via LinkedIn, I brought my cell phone and I have a QRF code that I can scan. So I'd love to connect with you and talk more about the opening and maybe some tips on how I can update my resume to apply for those openings.
Great. Yes, absolutely. Let me get in contact with my team. And then I would also, please just go ahead and send me your resume within by the end of the day. So that way it's fresh on my mind and I can get it to the team.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Great. It's great to connect with you.
Likewise.
So that's kind of a real easy, very quick way to really just get the point across. A lot of times whenever we're told to leverage our networking abilities, we think about it very hard. We're trying to come in and shove resumes in people's faces, or we're maybe not taking that moment to just kind of just jump on an opportunity. And the person that you're speaking with, they might be a recruiter, they might be a program manager, they might be a technician. In any case, though, they're there because they're there at an event for a reason. And the faster that you can communicate explicitly and passionately about what you're wanting, the better it is, honestly, for everyone. So that's a great example of how to do that.
Excellent. So in summary, you want to keep your resume to one page. You want to focus on the soft skills, hard skills, and technical skills. And you want to make sure that you reframe your experience in supporting bullets to support the job that you are applying for, specifically showing the impact of your individual contributions from your past experience in past roles.
As far as using a good header, make sure that it's just very interesting and it's eye-catching. It doesn't have to be too crazy. You don't have to be a great writer to do that, but definitely have something that's relevant, if I would say that. And then Next, have a LinkedIn profile that matches your overall resume. So make your LinkedIn profile um, professional, just like your resume, but more importantly, make sure you're updating that every once in a while. So if you're looking for a job right now, you should be updating it almost weekly. Last would be practice your elevator pitch. We just said it, but I'm going to have to say it again, because if you're not going out to networking, if you're not practicing with family and friends on something that sounds interesting and passionate and not robot-like sounding, you are not going to be able to have as better as time as your competition. So definitely keep your elevator pitch short and sweet, and focus and frame it, tailor it to who you're talking to or what room you're in.
Perfect. And here's our contact information. Again, my name is Melissa Wright with VetsinTech.
My name is Ciaban Peterson, and definitely reach out to us on LinkedIn or on email. For me, I personally reach out on LinkedIn a lot better.
All right. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Good luck.
Good luck.